Hello? Hey, I think that works, according to my numbers. I have no idea why that stopped working, but thank you, Penguin. And thank you for stepping by and letting me know. Well, that's upsetting, but oh well, I didn't say too much remarkable. All I was saying was I was starting over on Kerbal fully modded this time, and picked a whole bunch of random mods. I don't know what a lot of them do, so I'll be learning as we go. This is the new tech tree. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, I have no idea what's in here. I know there's a lot of new parts, a lot of new science bits. MechJeb is in here. I did not get the Ferrum Aerospace mod, and that's mostly because it wasn't available on the Twitch launcher. So I'm curious if I still need to go find that or not, because I know a lot of people have recommended that one. But for right now, I think we can just get started with some of the basic missions. A mission to orbit, escape the atmosphere, launch first vessel, and gather from Kerbal. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab all of these, because I can do all of these relatively soon. Except for the part where I can only take 2 of them at a time right now. I forgot about that. That's fine. We'll just get some of these done then. Oh, cats. Alright, so we start off with our very basic engine rocket thingamabobber here. Alright. Yeah, fair enough. Let's just launch it and see how we go. Alright, so first things first. We can crew report and transmit that here. And then we can observe some mystery goo. I think 2 down and 2 up is a pretty good split. I'm gonna have to move some of these stats around. So we're flying, so we can do another crew report. Then we can do the other goo. Alright. And then we just float our way back down again. The version of X Science that I grabbed was only for like version 0.25 or something. I did want something like that, so I might have to go find it again. See if there's a version not on the Twitch client, perhaps, that's more updated. But right now we're on... oops, lost our engine. Right now we're on 1.31, I think. And a lot of mods haven't updated to that new version yet, so I'll see what I can find. So we recover and see what science we got. Alright, 25 science earned from that mission. That's pretty good. Then let's get some more science available. So we need basic rocketry, and we need another science experiment with a thermometer, plus a way to transmit, which would be nice. So, Penguin, since you seem familiar with this game, I have done some testing with recovering science versus transmitting science. And as far as I can tell, transmitting science does not reduce the total number of science that you can get from a single experiment. It only requires potentially running the transmit a couple times, and then the remaining amount of science you have to get from going there and manually retrieving the remainder. That's what I found in my testing. But I found a lot of conflicting reports and forums and stuff, so I don't know for sure. And I'm not running CCAN, but whatever we're going to call it. I am literally just using the Twitch client, but I've seen a lot of references to CCAN or whatever we're going to call it, so I might have to switch to that. So this tonight is mostly me starting over, getting a feel for some of the mods, and seeing if I can figure out which ones I want to keep or not. But I might have to switch to CCAN, as you said. Alright, so I'm going to take this one, because this is stability, which is fine. I don't need it yet, though. And general rocketry, which is fine yet, but I don't need it yet. Okay, and I wasn't sure if it was transmitting once or if it was like a percentage that you might need to transmit a couple times. I was watching a Scott Manley video on that, but it was a much older version where he did have to transmit multiple times through an orbit to get as much science as he could out of it. But that may have changed, so I don't know for sure. And all the mixed reports I've been seeing have been from different versions of Kerbal, so it's hard to keep track of. I only just recently finished my first playthrough in career mode, and I still didn't really do everything there was to do, so I'm very new at Kerbal, and it's hard to keep track of all the information that's changed over the different versions. Okay, so I'm going to grab this one for the extra science experiment. Yeah, definitely. I mean, the physics are basically the same, but a lot of the mechanics of how certain things work have definitely changed over time. Alright, so let's build up a new science vehicle. So we're going to take those off since we've gotten all we can get out of them for now. And instead, we're going to put on 2 of these and 2 of these. And I think that'll be fine for now. Anything else remarkable? Got antennas I don't need. Legs I don't need yet. Now, this is a new part from a mod that I don't recognize. It's just labeled as a stacked decoupler. I wonder what the difference is. They both have the same impact and heat tolerance. Actually, this one has a little bit higher heat tolerance. This one has a much lower ejection force. But this one is solid fuel dependent. Interesting. I am curious how that works. I'll have to test that at some point. Yeah, and I would think CCAN is similar to Nexus mod manager for like the Fallout and the Elder Scrolls games, something like that. So I'm sure it's good. I just haven't done it yet. Let's go ahead and launch this bugger. get temp first, barometer, and then we'll launch this. Whoops! I forgot to stage. I've got my parachute going at the same time. That's fine. It's fine. It functions. And we'll keep that. And we'll keep that. Alright. And then fast forward down. I did do the crew report. I did not remember the EVA. So we'll do that. I wonder if I should change this to smaller again. Settings, let's do UI scale 1 again. Whoa, that's 12, that's not 1. 1. Okay, so UI scale 1. It's still legible. Okay. It's really tiny, but that's because I'm running a 4K monitor, and then I'm downsampling to stream in 1080p. So the 4K means that a lot of my UI tends to be pretty tiny. But that's okay. Alright, so let's EVA this guy. He can't EVA. Well, fine. I forgot. I put something on there. That's fine. That'd be funny. Alright. So let's check missions quick. Now, here's where I struggled with some of the missions in my last playthrough. Ooh, test flee orbiting Kerbal. Okay. Not ready to orbit Kerbal just yet, but we'll see. I do need to escape the atmosphere. So these ones, taking observational surveys and whatnot at specific locations, I had a hell of a time getting to specific locations. So I kind of abandoned all of these. Hey Dale, how you doing? What's my mods? Oh god. All of the mods. MacJeb, Utility Rovers, CAS, KISS, Planetary Base Systems, etc, etc, etc. Mostly I just installed a whole bunch of crap, and then I figured out from there. See which ones I like, which ones I don't like. Alright. Test the stack decoupler landed at Kerbal. I could probably do that. I've been able to do it with rockets before, but it's so fiddly trying to get it to work that it's just not worth my time, honestly. It's just a little bit of cash, there's no science rewards for it, so they're not worth it. This one I can do. Should be able to do, depending on the speeds. Yeah, and I might switch to CCAN just to have it done. Because supposedly there's some mods I can get on there that I can't get through the Twitch. Alright, so this one I should be able to accomplish. So I'll grab that one. And this one I should also be able to accomplish. 4,000 to 10,000 at 50 to 250. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if I can manage that. Alright, so let's ditch this stuff. And this is the Mark 16 parachute. Is that the one I'm testing? Yeah, Mark 16, okay. And then the other one is I need the other stack decoupler that I was just wondering about. So, let's do that. That looks a little bit weird. Looks like the textures have gone a little bit janky. And that's part of what I'm testing, is Are any of these mods so horribly broken that I shouldn't be playing with them? That I don't know. Alright, so I need to get to 4,000, and I'm pretty sure I didn't get to 4,000 before with a single flea. So what I might try to do is see if I can double flea and get that done. Just to see if it works. And yes, I do need to do staging. So that one, drop it. That one, drop it, and then back to Earth. Curve it. Whatever. Alright, so that should be good. That can go away. Vessel info can go back over here. Now, here's the part where everything goes horribly, horribly wrong. I have to monitor this thingy. Going too fast, so that's a concern. Oh, I like that one. Hopefully that doesn't destroy my, whatchamacallit. Well, the test is successful. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't care about the fins. I was already going up fast enough that it didn't matter all that much. So I'll do that. Let's do another crew report, see if we get anything. Nope. Okay. Oh, Jalvator, you are back again. No nuclear missiles. I had... That's right. I was focusing on the parachute. Thank you, Penguin. So I do have to land a stack decoupler then. Okay. Got it. Yeah, and I'm wondering about that. 1.2 seems to be one of the more stable versions as far as mods go. At least from what I've seen. But, you know, this is going to take some getting used to for me. Like, I'm used to heavily modded Minecraft. And I know, like, by heart, which versions are the most useful to get mods for. I don't know that so much for Kerbal yet. So... You know, I don't know if there are mod packs that people recommend or anything like that. Okay, so one thing I need to check is what's the smash resistance of this. 9 meter per second impact. Okay, it should manage. Does CCAN do different versions of Kerbal as well? Like, does it just say, "Hey, we're getting a new version of Kerbal and you're good to go"? Or okay, so instead, I need to do this and this. And actually, let me try a different way. This is a way that I did before. Yeah, that mod's textures are all janky. I'll have to look into that. I don't even know what mod this is, honestly. FLT Fuel Tanks Plus, so I'll have to look that up. On the launch pad, yes. However, you also need to actually go up and then back down again for that to work. So I actually need to hover ever so slightly and then come back down again for that test to work. That's what I'm doing here. Alright. Oh, it does count as landed. Interesting. Okay. Well, let's can't decouple from right-click menu because that doesn't count as a test. So what I will do instead is drop that, do that, and that, and recover before everything explodes. I've had times where I've gone to the pad and it didn't show landed as a check. So I think it all depends on how your vehicle lands on the launch pad, honestly. Very fine line in that one, unfortunately, but that's okay. Alright, so we've done those 2 contracts. We can test another decoupler. Landed at Kerbal. Perfect. Orbiting. And these are all focused observationals, whatchamacallit. Okay. So, I think I want to also try to escape the atmosphere. And that's going to be at... Is that 50? Or is the atmosphere actually all the way up to like 70-ish? I don't remember where the atmosphere is in this. But I will attempt to escape the atmosphere. I don't think I'll be able to orbit just yet, but... Alright, so let's grab the other stack decoupler and get that one going quick. I've heard about that trick. I've never done it myself, actually. Alright. We are landed, we are tested, and we are recovered. Doesn't the rolling action require energy, though? Like, wouldn't at some point you run out? I do have some science, though. I've got enough for one of these 2, so I can get more rocketry. Or I can save up just a little bit and get some more basic science. But that doesn't appear to be science. That appears to be... Ah, that's got the Scooty Puff Jr. Okay, that's good. So I would kind of like to get this one next. Alright, so let's remove that. I am going to attempt to escape the atmosphere. And if I'm going to attempt to escape the atmosphere, I want to be able to decouple. Actually, which... Yeah, okay. Oh no! Oh yes, Jake. Oh yes. All of the mods forever. I am not running that one. I thought about it, but it changes more than just, like, the tech tree progression. And I think that bothered me a little bit. I was kind of more looking for parts, not entire game-changing mods. But, I don't know. What are the thoughts on it? Alright, so we are going to... I think we're going to do a couple of these. Yes, except for Jalvator, I'm doing career mode again, which means I don't have any of that stuff yet. I will get there eventually, but not yet. Alright, so what's my Delta V? 2,000-ish. So that should hopefully be enough to break Atmo. Hopefully. I should probably attempt to bring science with. So I will do that in my usual method of service bay. Alright, we are sciencing. And we are sciencing. And we are sciencing. That's essentially what I was doing in my last game, so I guess that part wouldn't faze me all that much. I don't know. I don't know what else it changes besides, you know, changing up the tech tree. Are you sure? Because, I mean, it does add extra weight, but it's not much extra weight. It's only 0.1 ton. So, I mean, it's not a huge deal. And I've never had a problem with it before. Oops. Let's see. Let's see how it goes. I heard about the spinning trick. I've never tried the spinning trick. Alright. Did I... No, I did not. I did not stage this properly. You down. You up. You down. Okay. Oh, that requires me knowing what the burn zone is. Like, I haven't played that much to know all of these fine details. But, go! Alright, so we are running out on this solid fuel. Dropping. And then going. I honestly have no idea where atmosphere ends on this place because I never paid that much attention, so. Everything's on fire. Oh, 70,000 meters. Okay. So I did not make it. Or I did, because Jesus 2000. Okay. So I did make it. It says 70,000 in the description of the note now that I've actually bothered to read it. So let's go with that. So apparently I burned hard and fast. And we are now there. So I will crew report. I cannot EVA because I have not leveled up the complex yet. So I will goo. And then I will log. Both, Penguin. Hello, Pug. Welcome back. Nice. Congratulations on getting the game. Alright, so we're going to close this up again and hope that it all survives the re-entry trip. And I might as well dump that. And then we just need to speed up a little bit on our way back down. Oh, that's right. He's got sass now. Just one more launch. That's why I was up until 3 last night. Alright, so we are re-entering as best as we can. Hey, what a surprise. We didn't die. Hooray! And we're going at a decent speed. And good. Hooray! Alright, so I am going to... let's see... I'm going to... We have 12 stored data? The fuck? Why do we have 12 stored data? Keep. Transmit. Hello, cat. Keep. What? Oh, I know. I've done that a couple times too. So, question. Hello, cat. Come here. According to this information, the 12 stored data that I had, crew report we're flying over Kerbin's grasslands. I didn't do that just now. So, why do I have this crew report? Unless something is auto crew reporting for me. In which case, I have a mod that is doing such a thing and I didn't realize it. Interesting. Also, I can't transmit because I just realized I don't have a damn antenna. I did not remember to EVA on the lander. However, I am going to do that here. EVA report. Keep it. Alright, we're going to board. Experiments I have collected cannot be stored on this command pod. Okie dokie. Hey, look at it. So... what? The only thing I can think of is if it's a duplicate experiment. Because when I right-clicked on them, it said reviewed stored data 1, and then I did the EVA report, and then it said reviewed stored data 3. Sup, Wendigo? How you doing? So my guess is that something automatically did that. So I'm going to dump that. We're good. Okay. Hello, cat. Hello, cat. Horrible, you say? Horrible. Hola, gato. Cat. 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 Cat needs attention, apparently. Okay, missions. Cat. Observational surveys can go to hell. Now this would be good. I love doing the tourist missions because they're pretty decent. They're pretty decent cash, but I don't think I have anywhere to put tourists yet. Yeah, Kitty is very tolerant of me, but I'm tolerant of him, so it's a trade-off. All right, so we're gonna test this at the launch site. But if you decline them, you lose reputation, as is stated right here. And I don't have much reputation to lose at the moment. I mean, I'm not sure how much reputation matters, honestly, but it does concern me. Alright, so testing at the launch site I can do. This one should be okay on re-entry, but this one's tough. Because this one is testing it in flight over Kerbal, specific altitude, specific speeds. So my understanding is reputation is mostly used reputation is mostly used for the administration building, for the different these thingies. So it's worth it if you have a plan for it. Like this one costs 7 reputation to set it up, that kind of thing. I don't think it goes negative. How much do I have currently? Where's the actual number? I see a graph, and that doesn't help me much. Oh, well, that's even better. Alright, so we're going to get rid of that, and that. And I don't want the focus temperature survey either. And now we have a whole bunch of new missions to look at. Okay. So this is another test at launch site. So I can do that. So I've got 2 test at launch sites to do. And those are stack decoupler and whatever the space Y 055 SRB is. So SRB is a solid rocket booster, which I had to think about for a moment there. So that should be here. Oh, okay. It's a narrow one. Nifty. It's a tiny. And alright, so then we need the let's see, this one. Solid fuel can drop. Solid fuel can drop. Yeah, I definitely need to upgrade that soon. I'm pretty sure I can do it now, but I'm not positive, so. Oh, hey, good. It stayed upright. Okay. And are both of those done? It did not run. Oh, okay. I get it. I think I need to revert that to the launch and test, do the actual right-click test option first. Also, maybe staging. Run test. Pop, pop. And all good. Okay. All right. So, I wanted to right-click on that, not left-click on that. Yes, so 75,000, good. And I had a hard time with planes, but I think I should not have a hard time with planes. So all of those specific height or specific altitude, etc. ones that I just discarded probably would be good to do. But yeah. So the VIPs I usually like doing because the cash, but I don't think I have anywhere to put them yet. So that's a whole bunch of tourist missions. Test another radial decoupler at the launch site. I can do that. Planes also, I feel, require SAS. Like, I don't think I would want to fly a plane without that. Because honestly, they're really unwieldy to control. Okay, so this is in flight above, orbit, orbit, orbit. So I probably should try to orbit, honestly. Because that's what the game is telling me I need to do. So So let's do Flea and Hammer in orbit. Interesting. Okay. Yes, and in fact I do have 140 research to work with, so let's look at these. There's no parts here. Ooh, mech jet. So this gives me the Stay Putnik, which is nice. Hey, Sybil! Thank you for that host. There's Octo. Okay. And that is 90 and 45. So that's 135. I do have enough technically to get this now. I have started over in career mode with a ton of mods. But I am concerned with some of these. Let's see. Some of these aren't working right. Like recycling and hydroponics don't have any parts in them. These two don't have any parts in them. So I'm assuming something went wrong with the mods. But shrug. And I don't know necessarily what's supposed to be in here or what mod adds these things. So don't necessarily know how to fix it. More science is good, though. I'm going to research that. I am not. Everyone thinks I should be using Zcan, so I'm thinking I should. And then Octo and lights. And solar panels, also nice. So I think I'll go ahead and get this. Now the question is, can I orbit? Exactly, Sybil. Well, and some mods are not exactly forthright about what they actually add, which is unfortunate. Alright, so I think I will do this manned, though. And I will do my usual payload method. And science. Good to know. I will be looking into that, regardless, because enough people have said I need to use it that I should probably use it. Alright, so let's see about throwing some electrical in here, and some solars. That's not what I wanted. That button. Probably, actually. Once I figure out how janky I made this thing, I'll probably have to restart career again. So this is... Tonight is more about trying to figure out which mods I like, which ones are broken. Obviously I need a new mod manager, so that too. That kind of stuff. So tonight is a night of discovery. Alright, so don't need those, don't need that, don't need those. Well, that's what I thought about Twitch. I was using the Twitch client. But the Twitch client, it lets me download and install the mods for me. It doesn't tell me about incompatibilities. It let me install mods from different game versions. Like, I didn't even realize that the different game versions were installed, because I assumed Twitch would care about that. And I tried to launch the game and the whole thing crashed because I had mods from 0.25 installed. So yeah, if Ccan's better, and handles some of that incompatibility stuff, then I'll look into it. Yeah, I want to look at the prettification mods, because those would be very nice. Alright, what the hell am I doing? Now, I might have to make use of this radial decoupler while I have it as a test component, so that I can do this orbital, but we'll see. I could, oops, I need to decouple that first. Let's grab fuel tanks. And then radials. That's handy too. I do believe I have Interstellar Quest on here. Pretty sure. No, I've got Interstellar Extended. I think that's the only Interstellar one I have. I think. Tweak scale was fascinating to me. It lets you shrink and grow your parts, but also recalculated the fuel possibilities for those. So, like, if I expanded this fuel tank here, it should store more fuel, and I haven't figured out necessarily how to do that yet, but that's fine. So, for Delta V. Let's make sure our thingy is done here. Okay. Hey, it's Dan. How you doing? Alright, so I did not get enough Delta V on here yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to do this again. And then I'm going to strap this onto the side. That's not enough Delta V. Okay. Interesting. I wonder if I need to go a little bit calmer with the fuel source. Nope. Okay. Yeah, I don't have fuel lines. That ain't happening. Let's see. How's about... Just trying to figure out what I can do to orbit with the minimal stuff I've got. Let's see about doing this. Pretty much. We are just straight up going in dry. That's all there is to it. But there's only so much these dry thrusters are actually doing. Like, I'm only getting about 200 extra Delta V from each row. The solids is what we're talking about. The liquids are the wet thrusters, and the solids are the dry thrusters. So hard about that. So we're still only at 2600 Delta V with this thing. You can throw out acronyms all you want. I prefer to have names for things. So, I am apparently terrible at building rockets. Let's just put that out there right now. Nope, no mission for the big ones yet. There are plenty of fireworks going on here, absolutely. So, for those in the know with very little parts, what's a good way to get this thing up in orbit? Because as of right now, I've got a decent thrust to weight ratio, but I don't have very much delta V. So, I mean, I probably could add more fuel up here again. But if I ditch all the science, how am I going to do science? Because that's an important aspect. Like, to me, there's very minimal point in going up into orbit if I can't get science from the deal. Imagination. Oops, that's not the right button. Yeah, but the mission doesn't get me all that much. And it's not that useful. It gets me a little bit of cash and like 2 or 3 points of science. I do need the science though. Oh, I thought that said Saturn is almost in orbit, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure Saturn's already in orbit. I'm pretty sure it has been for longer than any of us have existed. But that's just me. Yeah, we're still not quite there yet. So what if I do this? And then I do this. That's not what I want. This, and this, and that. Getting there. Ah, so many words have happened. Words! I could do the science thing from the runway, yes. So let's save this monstrosity and go back to the runway and do the things. Let's see if we can even make a useful vehicle from the spaceplane hangar. Alright, so it's command pod, and then we're gonna have to fuel tank a little bit. Science? Oops, I forgot science. Science is important. That's what my math teacher told me. He wanted to be a science teacher. Aww. I don't even have anything that can land. Congrats, Dan. Congrats. Yeah, actually, now that I realize that I can't even put wheels on this damn thing yet, I'm gonna have to just do this a couple times. No wheels! WTF, hero? There is goo. Oh, there is goo. You forgot the goo. I didn't forget the goo. Alright, so we are crew reporting. Oh, really? I'm getting no science from the runway? Interesting. Materials bay. That I'm getting science for because I think that's my first time doing it. Temperature science. Good. Okay. And then we got to do them all again to get the double science out of the deal. Close doors. Do more sciencey things. That's maxed out actually. So never mind. Pretty sure temperature's also maxed out. Fine. Goo again. Keep it. And then do the EVA. EVA report from runway, so it doesn't count as flying over. Okay. I don't think a spacesuit was entirely necessary to get here, was it? Oh, Jeb, you sassy bastard. Now, I'm back to the dump anyway again, so I'm thinking something is automatically sciencing for me, and I'm curious about that, so I'll have to test that. So let's recover. Only 21 science, that's lame. Okay, this is the thing. EVA report from runway, EVA report from Kerbal shores. So something automatically gathered both of those EVA reports for me before I even clicked the button. So I do have a mod that's doing something sciencey related without me realizing it. Alright, now the next question is, how do I get more science? I feel like I should take rocketry, because I feel like that might be helpful. A fuel-filled bottom cap for external fuel tanks. Oh, nifty. I like it. So, more fuel, big boosters, little bitty boosters. These are all 0.625 meters, so they're not the big ones. And a bigger engine. So I feel like I should get this so I can actually go places. Unless someone's got a better idea for doing things. Fuel lines are all the way out here in fuel systems. So another few tiers out. But I know where you're going with fuel lines. Asparagus staging is not the only way to get into orbit. People push the asparagus staging hard and fast, but I did most of my career mode without even knowing asparagus staging existed, nor any other fuel moving methods. So it's plenty possible to do orbit without fuel lines. But I would like bigger rockets, because bigger rockets are important. Hey, the same thing can be said for your fuel lines. Just because it can be done with fuel lines doesn't mean it should be done with fuel lines. That's my method. Strap a bunch of stuff on and hope for the best. Alright, so we are... Now, these textures are still too janky. I don't like it. I like where they're going with the models. I like where they're going with the plans. They look good in the preview here, but they don't come out good. That's unfortunate. So I might have to kill that. But, yes. Pyramid of solid boosters. Sounds like a solid plan. Haha. With any sort of staging on them, or what? Because I have this radial decoupler as long as I've got that mission. Otherwise, I'm going to lose it if I do that mission, so... But if you mean something like this, and then that, and then that, and then that... That's still not a lot of Delta V. They're staggered. They're stairs. It's just a very, very shallow pyramid. No. This would be a propeller. Whoops. This would be a propeller. So should we make Jeb sick? I should 100% fire this. Alright. Craft is too heavy. Well, son of a... Craft is too heavy. Son of a... Craft is too heavy. God damn it. Are you fucking serious? Well, fine then. Be that way. I'm not entirely sure I have the weight requirements to be able to go anywhere useful. So instead, I have to upgrade it. Oops, right click. There we go. The problem with upgrading is it needs money. So that's a thing to consider. Alright, so what's our vessel mass? 18, okay. $32. Okay. So it's not much, but I think that's as best as I'm going to get right now. Can I just steal the money? Yes. Sorry, Jeb. Bye, Jeb. It is remarkably stable, though. Look at the lack of wandering on that nose cone there. That is incredibly stable. I know, isn't it, though? Oh, no, it is not. It is not. I do not have a parachute. Nor do I have any wings or anything like that. But look at that stability. I mean, come on. How far does this get me, by the way? Oh, 12,000. Okay. Fine. Fine. Okay, speeding that down. No. 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 Dan, you're doing much better than me. Oh my god. Oh, that'd be hilarious if he made that. If he made that, I would have kept that run. But no. Fine. I was trying to promise myself no reverting, but when I'm actively purposely screwing around, I don't count that. Don't count it at all. So, parachute. Okay. What the fuck was I doing? I forgot what I was doing. Rockets. Rockets and things, yes. Actually, let's do... I don't know what I want to do. Let's do this. Me. I like that plan, actually. Alright, so I want to try to bring science with again, so I'm going to try. And actually, once I do that, I'm going to do a thing. Let's do this, and let's do this, and this, and that. And then we're going to go into here, so I don't have to keep doing that. There. Now I don't have to keep doing that. Let's move this thingy out of the way. I don't know where that interstellar thermal mechanics helper came in, but suddenly it appeared. Hey, look, Mom, we're going to space. Did I forget? I did. So I need to thermal, and then I need to decouple again. Okay. So we've got that, and then drop them, and then we've got... the hell? This one, and then drop it, and then this one, and then drop it, and there. Okay. Get a transmitter. You are probably right. So that's another thing I could add to my science pod, is I could add a communicator. Ah. That could be that way and that way. Nah, it's not great. Actually, what I want to do first is get the battery in there. Let's see how that works. Ow, almost. Sort of. There. Now they stow safely away. Then I kind of want to save that as my new science pod. Yes, I have. And I'm not entirely sure those will fit on the science pod directly. I mean, I could put them like right here. But sometimes those have a tendency of burning off in that position. But we'll leave it. Whoops. I need to be back in the sub-assemblies. Okay. So now, we're good. Long ways on the angle. Say what? Like so? And why specifically that? Or do you mean the other direction, long ways? And why specifically that? But why specifically this? That's fine for re-entry, but what about exit? Like, if these thumpers are pushing me hard enough, they might burn up on exit, which I've seen before. But either way, I'm willing to test it. So we have more than enough delta V. In fact, probably too much, but that's okay. I need a little bit of aerodynamics here. Is that right? That's right. And then I'll do these other fins here just because they're neat. Thrust limiting. But. I am not getting any sort of recalculation on MechJub up there. I'm getting TWR recalculations. I'm getting max thrust recalculations. Okay, well, let's go with that. I don't know what a good thrust limiting would be, because I don't know what numbers I'm looking for exactly, but... And also, I find it amusing. I've seen a lot of people use SRB as the acronym, but that's not the acronym that they are called in the game. They are called Solid Fuel Boosters, which is SFB. So I am confused why everyone has decided on SRB as their acronym, and expect people like me who are new to the scene to understand what that actually means. That is why I have a problem with acronyms. Because acronyms are stupid. So Penguin, I've had a question on that. I know what thrust to weight ratio means. I know what the purpose of it is. But in the game, I have had as high as a 1.5 TWR and still have not gone upward. So I know that it's supposed to be higher thrust to weight ratio, higher than 1. But in practice, it has not worked, and I'm curious why that is. Hey, I also called it out specifically. I explained my acronym and its meaning while using it. So, that's the question on thrust to weight. Is why is 1 not enough sometimes? But I'm gonna say this as That's confusing. Alright, so we're saving that, and we're going to attempt to go... Fuck you, game! Okay, how many parts do I have in this damn thing? I do not have any stat visible that is telling me how many parts I have. That I can tell. Long stats. Longer stats. But still nothing that tells me parts. Bottom right. Oh, right, this thingy. Forgot about this thingy. Okay. Hello, cat. Hello, cat. So I have way too many parts, and that's unfortunate. Yeah, and I have a bunch. So this is too much. So what I will do is I will cut this. Cat! Oops, I need to cut this. There we go. Okay. So that's 37. So I still have 7 too many parts. Too many wings, first off. Because those things are pretty much going to book hard and fast no matter what I try to point them at. Hello, cat. Come here, cat. Come here. Alrighty, Penguin. Thanks for stopping by. Cat, what did you get into? Come here. Come here. El gato. Okay, so I need to drop 3 parts. I did just realize, though, that with that much science, I probably need a better parachute to drop it on. But I don't know for sure. I could definitely drop the solars. And I could drop one of the antenna. That sounds like enough parts to me. Solars go by. And open that. And then... Well, this is tricky. There we go. Alright, so I'll grab that. One antenna. Oh, that's probably also why I had too many parts. Because these were not 4x, they were 8x. There we go. And that leaves me with 4 free parts. So I'm going to put more wings back on the bottom here. Because I feel like that's more useful. See, Sandbox, to me, only has so much charm to it without some sort of progression. I may do Sandbox a little bit, but without... No wings? Okay. Without the progression of career mode and the goal of getting science, I can't see the need to build a space station if I don't need to gather science, or if I don't need to communicate with my ships, or anything like that. Like, there's no purpose to it to me, other than building big rocket and make it go. And yeah, you can build cooler, neater looking things in creative, or in Sandbox, but that's it. Add back the second stage. I mean, I am, like, hugging the bare bones of Orbital, so I guess you're probably right on that. So let's add back that second stage. No, I need two. Couple. And then that, and that. And that was a swivel. Okay, so that's 30 parts. So we are supposedly good here. Yeah, but when you have every single part available to you, without any difficulty in getting those parts, that's less of an achievement to me. Like, to me, getting to the Mun the first time was a massive achievement. And then landing on the Mun was the next massive achievement. You could build something your first rocket out in Sandbox. And in your very first rocket, you could go to every planet, and you could land on half of them without having to have that progression state. Like, in one shot, if you started in Sandbox, you could do it all on your first launch if you knew what you were doing. You can't do that in career mode, because you got to build up to it. You got to work for it. You got to earn it. And that's what I like. It's not a game to me if you were not playing for goals and objectives and missions and earning your win, earning your victory. Alright, Jeb. Good luck to you, sir. I didn't stage it right. God damn it. I noticed it the moment I hit space. Alright, staging. We got the 4 rockets. We got that. We got this one. And then we've got this one. And then we've got this one. And we got this one. I know, I know. I'm still not over the frustrating point for me where the game doesn't stage things in an expected manner. Alright. Oh, we're already rotating a little bit. That's potentially not great. Well, but that's the thing, is even when I put stuff together the first time around, it doesn't stage in a manner that makes sense to me. It doesn't stage, like, these 2 rockets here, when I first put them together, they were 2 separate stages, but it still staged them together as if they were firing at the same time. And this is why I need wings, because I got no bloody control over the ship at the moment. It is an awful low orbit. It is indeed. Yeah, I can try to pull it up, but I got no control over this damn thing. We are a lawn dart at this point. I have no control whatsoever. Oh, there goes something. The wings that are supposed to be helping me control. Ooh, there goes something. Yeah, you'd think so. It didn't work. I tried. It did not work. So I definitely need those wings on the outer solids to have any chance. Alright, so we are going to wait until we've re-entered. He's not going to bail out. He's riding this thing to the ground. And hopefully the lawn dart mechanic isn't going to kill him. Crew report. Oh, okay. So we're still lawn darting pretty hard. And that means that it's not slowing down enough for me to use the parachute. that's unfortunate. There is no... Bye, little dude. There was no control. The wind speed had all control on that. There was no doing anything other than wiggling it a little bit. So, here's the question. Do I stick with the no reverting? Because I know I reverted on that silly one that I did, but that was intentionally silly with the intention of reverting. This was a legit launch that did not go well. And this will be the second time in 2 career modes that I will have killed Jeb very early on. I mean, to be fair, I'm probably going to be starting over career mode anyway once I figure out the mod situation, so it's not a huge loss. But if I lose my other pilot, there's only so much I got. Neither of those things. You know what? We're done. We're done. Jeb's dead. Valentina is pretty badass because after I killed Jeb the first time around, Valentina was my lady. She did the thing. So she's gonna die next if this rocket doesn't go well. Alright, I need wings. I definitely need wings. So how about if I drop this for the heavier gimbal engine? Less Delta V though. So I don't know. Tough call. Actually, no, that's not. That's 33. And this is 33. Okay, so never mind. So I've also noticed that my Delta V is lower than before. Did it recalculate at some point? Or was it just the staging that went wonky? I did not know how to do that, honestly. So Jeb stayed dead. Dead Jeb. Jeb dead. Alright, so we've got those. That go. That go. Quit it. Okay, now we're good. Less lawn dart this time. Where are we at? Parts. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Unused monopropellant. I can kill monopropellant. Forgot about that. Doesn't do much, but it still does stuff. R.I.P. Jeb, yet again. Second death, second career mode. Poor Jeb. He's just not getting a good break with me. Alright, so we're at 30 to 30 parts. I have no control still, so I think I want to move these wings out to here. Still don't have all that much control, do they? Let's do these ones instead. These have a higher heat tolerance anyway. Alright, are we ready to attempt to launch this thing again with Valentina this time? Potentially sending my second pilot to their death? All of them? I literally don't know the answer to that question. I know I've got MechJeb. Here, let's look at the list. MechJeb, Alarm Clock, CAS, KISS, Spaceplane Parts, Rovers, Near Future Everything, Orbital Science, Kerbal Atomics, Star Systems, Fuel Tanks Plus, etc., 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 etc. So, this is my first time playing with significant amount of mods. This is only my second playthrough with career mode, and I have not done any sandbox before that. So I'm pretty noob at this. There we go. We're launching RIP Jeb's first orbital with Valentina in Jeb's place. Hopefully she's more of a man than he is. Okay, so far so good. No rotating this time. No, we are pulling a little bit. Let's see about sassing a little bit. Nope, I lost that liquid fuel stage. Interesting. I didn't realize I had that little fuel in there. Alright, that's good to know. It means I should have launched that fuel stage later in the line, but that's okay. Well, instead of banking, it has just decided it's going to rotate instead. Good to know. We are going up, and up is all we're doing. Okay, so let's see. Where does that put us? Oh, hold on. Oh, hold on. I don't know if this is a mod doing this or if this is something I forgot about career mode, but I don't have the means to create maneuver nodes at the moment. Alright then. So I need to go... go this way. You asked me like I had a choice in the matter. The gravity turn was not possible because the ship had zero control out of the gate. I did not have the option for a gravity turn or anything like that. So we are going to go, I think. Yeah, okay. So we are going to go, and we are going to attempt to manually orbit this thing. Don't believe I have enough fuel for this. did not have enough fuel for this. Okay. Still a science opportunity. Indeed, you are right, Sybil. So we are observing, gathering. Keeping, sure, why not? Some of these experiments are no longer valid. Can't disembark because we're not leveled up at the astronaut complex yet. So, all right then. So we are going to attempt to rotate to retrograde here. And that will go. Oops, back this away. Nope. Okay. Now, I do believe there is one of my mods that is automatically collecting science data for me, and at very least with crew reports and stuff, so we'll see. Exactly. That's the spirit, Civil. But it was very close. I mean, if it weren't for the uncontrollable exit, it would have been an orbit. Like, I just didn't have the means to do a gravity turn because I could not control the damn thing. There's my poor little dead engine. Still a good spirit. I think I actually saw orbital magic in Twitch. I just didn't know what it did. I tried to grab mostly part-related stuff. I tried not to grab too much that changes any of the major nature of the game. But I wasn't paying that much attention, so I could have easily grabbed something hazardous. Alright, so let's do this. Get pointed back down again. Alright, at this point, the ass end should be heavy enough to keep it pointing at the atmosphere. And then we will see. Oops. No, I lost it. Lost it. It does not want to point pure retrograde anymore. Dan can count! Hooray! Alright, so we are able to launch that, and now it's just a matter of going back down again. I am time warping through re-entry. It just still takes for friggin' ever. So now we need to land. So crew report has been done. Let's see if EVA and then board. Yep, it auto EVA'd for me. Splooge. It auto EVA'd the science report for me, so I'll take it. 50 science. Pretty good. Okay, so I could level this up, but I don't really wanna. I have never seen that glitch before. The worst I've seen is occasionally a part will get destroyed, like a wing or something like that, because it counts as landing it too hard. But I've never seen Kerbals just straight up die. Now that could be something where maybe you've got G-forces enabled. I do not have G-forces enabled, so maybe that's part of it. Oh, that's right. I have missions to do. Hey, Kerbal Madness, how you doing? You've had parts destroy your capsule. Interesting. Interesting. Alright, so that orbit was a bust. And also, I realized I did not actually bring along the parts with me that I was supposed to be testing. But that's okay. So, radial decoupler at the test site. I am going to do that, actually. Even though that destroys my ability to have the radial decoupler, I'm going to do it. Because I'm going to do it. So, let's... New... Command pod. I'm going to go ahead and just jam a radial decoupler on the side here. And I don't think it matters what I put on it. Actually, let's do one of these, because, no, that's just stupid. I mean, because that's stupid is one reason to do it, but I don't want to do it. Okay, no fuel. Launch it. Let's get these parts tested. Plop. Hooray! Parts tested. Done. Okay, so now we recover and see if there's any science that we should do. So we've got almost 60. Oh, sweet. Welcome aboard. Alright, so stability would be kind of nice, because I don't have any of that stability yet. And that does get me the radial decouplers, so that's good. General construction... That does give me the crew cabin, so I can do some VIP missions, which would be kind of nice. And struts. So I kind of want to do this, but also advanced rocketry. Oh, that's an interesting looking thing. Okay. I don't have enough for general construction and stability, which is unfortunate. Because it's very close. General construction first, I think. Because this gives me the crew cabins, which I can then get some more money. Which then I can upgrade my buildings. Exactly. Space engineers. Actually, I don't remember if I have it. I do not remember if I have it. Let me see if I can pull it up quick. Do. Bottom line is, if I do have it, I haven't played it before. I know of it, but I have not played it before. So let's see. Getting games data. Searching, searching, searching. God. It takes way too long to load. I have way too many games. Good lord. Okay. Order by name. That'll be fine. Scroll down. Space. Space Engineers. I do have it. Haha. So that's another one for me to consider playing as well. Did they ever add anything useful to do in Space Engineers? Like mining, resource gathering, production, that kind of stuff? Or was it still a sandbox? Because that's the last I heard about it was mostly just a sandbox builder. I forgot to do the thing. I clicked on it and I forgot to actually do the thing. Okay. It does have like missions and resource gathering and stuff like that. That would be kind of neat. Oh, okay. Interesting. Alright, so that's not the button I wanted to click. This is the button I wanted to click. Okay. Let's do 4 passengers. I think that'll be good. Okay. Alright. Parachute. Radial drogue mounts. Radial regular mounts. Yeah, clicky. Okay, good to know. I did not, Civil. I hadn't started watching you at all at that point when you were playing it, and I was never around when Blade was streaming his. Okay, so let's start with the space bus, and then missions. Where's... Yes, missions. Okay. So, suborbital spaceflight. It doesn't tell me what that is, but I'm assuming above 700 or 770,000. Suborbital, 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 suborbital. Okay, I mean, as long as I can get a safe suborbital, let's grab all them. I do have Strong Bad's cool game for attractive people. I do not have Fortnite. I was interested in Fortnite originally when they first announced it, but they changed the mechanics of the game and I lost interest in it. It started off with a really cool premise, and then they turned it into PUBG. And that doesn't really do it for me. Exactly. But yeah, if you want to, you know, compare games and stuff, feel free to check out that site. And I'm just Twin Minds on Steam. So feel free to plug my name in there and plug your name in there and see, you know, what games match up. I'm still not sure on how and when to do any sort of collab. It's not my usual style to do a collab, so I'm still trying to build up my brain power to do that. But definitely feel free to throw something out there and see what sticks. So I need to build this thing to do stuff. Really wish these textures weren't janky, because they look cool otherwise. Especially like the green inside there. The green just looks cool. And let's go with the swivel. And then I also want to do... I love how they give you the Rockomax decoupler well before you have the means to get any of those parts. So let's see... I kind of want to do... So what's the difference? I am curious what the difference between these are. Oh, this is just a bigger one. Okay, never mind. I'm dumb. Alright, so let's do this. And then this. And then what I want to do is thumpers. Actors? Say what? Like voice acting or Jacob what? You hath me confused. I am honestly curious if this would actually work. I don't know for sure. However, this stack decoupler is messing with me. I have literally never done anything like that before, and I probably would be terrible at it. I don't do well under pressure. Oh, but Civil, you know I'm not an average person. I'm well below average. It's going to take me at least 2,000 days. Alright, this is also the stupidest rocket ever. But I kind of want to test it out and see how it goes. Feel like I should test this out unmanned if I'm sticking with the no reversion policy. So I'm going to do Octo. Oh, I know. There will be no reverting if I kill the passengers. That's why I'm going to test it unpassengered and unmanned. Alright, no passengers, no men. No mans. I do need to throw the parachutes on there. Alrighty, see ya. Thanks for stopping by. And then I'll put the drogues on the side of this thing. Okay. No Man's Sky, actually, that's an interesting idea. I haven't played that since it originally came out, and there's been a lot of changes since then, so I'm kind of curious. But when I first played it and it first came out, I was done in like 4 hours. More done with caring than done with the actual missions. Yeah, survival's been added, base building has been added. I don't think they've done anything with the plot line though. And the plot line was pretty pathetic. It was practically zero information, mindless fumbling through the possibility of finding aliens and their languages, and then get towards the center of the galaxy only to reset and start over again. Unless there was some sort of hidden mission after like multiple centers that you've gotten to, I don't know. But my understanding is no. It just goes on forever, getting to the center and resetting again. So I don't think that part has changed. It's kind of nice if it did. But yeah, I mean, I've got bajillions of games to try to figure out. Alright, we are sassing, we're going. However, I did not stage properly again, so I'm going to revert that. Because I need to remember to revert. Stage, not revert. I need to remember to stage, yes. Okay, so those... so this needs to go in the first stage. And then I drop this whole mass, including the bottom, and then I go. Drop and go. Drop and go. And the rest is all stageable. Okay. After this launch, I might actually go to sleep too, because I'm kind of tired and I shouldn't be. But I've been dealing with my car and my house crap all day, so... Okay, sass, go. We are going! We are going! The sass is trying really hard to keep the rocket together. Whoops. Alright, launch that now. Whoops. This is true. No one dies. And even if there was people in there, they wouldn't have died because they'd be surviving this trip back home. But still, that was a... Whoops. Well, so no sass would have been better in that regard, but the sass was attempting to keep things going straight, which means the ship was trying not to go straight. Which means who knows where it was actually trying to go. So it might not have gone very well either way. I'm going to try one more time, yes. I'm going to try it without sass and see what it does. It would be nice, but I understand why they didn't do it. Like, there's still the potential to go horribly wrong, so I get it. But still. Oi. Oh, I guess it has to not be warped. Okay. Alright, let's try that one more time. I hope that this rocket isn't too terribly expensive. I didn't pay attention to the cost of it. Mainly because the cost is hidden directly behind my camera. 12,000, that's not too bad. Okay. I am actually spending money. I know, it's amazing. In my other game, I just did enough VIP missions to get up to 10 million and never worried about spending money ever again. Alright, so let's stage this properly again. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to... I kind of do need this to go at the same time. But let's do that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to burn these first. And then once they're like halfway burnt, I'll kick in the liquid. Which should burn out by the time the solids are done. And then I can cut the whole thing loose. Okay. So, Fucking go! Where are you trying to go? You are trying to go that direction. Which is also awesome because you're spinning. And spinning is difficult to counteract. But you know what? You're not spinning that hard. So, okay. Oh, there it goes. Just gonna pop that center booster and see if that helps at all. Yeah. Close enough. Let's see if Sass can make up for that. Nope, Sass cannot make up for that. Wait. Maybe? Maybe? Aha! Haha! I win! So we'll sell it as an amusement ride. It'll be a fun cartwheel through half space. That's good, right? That's how things work, right? People will pay money for something that's barely controllable. Like, they do that all the time, right? Hell, I probably could have made orbital with that if I was paying attention. Alright, fuck it. Uh-oh. I just realized I never coupled this. Whoops. We'll see how the landing goes on this thing. I mean, it's technically out of fuel, so... not that big of a deal. Also, I have run out of electric charge, so I don't have any more juice to make it go the direction I want it to go. So this is all up to fate at this point. Fast forward through fate. We are now fast forwarding through fate. There goes the engine, and the whole thing has flipped itself over. And fucking survived. Wow. Wow. This is gonna be the best amusement park ever. I don't know. And when the parachutes went off, all of these fuel tanks, I could see them whipping like a chain at the end. So I have no idea how they survived that. We're still fast forwarding through. I mean, we're going 4.5 meters per second, so the whole thing's going to survive at this point. Yay! Almost looked like it was going to destroy itself on that counter flip. Alright, we're going to recover that, and it sort of worked. Sort of. I think it still needs a little bit of work. But. Alrighty, see ya, Civil. I am also headed to bed here. Because I'm tired. So this will be my latest starting stream and my earliest ending stream ever. Kind of sad, but it'll do. It'll do. So yeah, that's the end of this career mode. I'm going to end up redoing my mods and fiddling with it a little bit off stream to make sure that the mods actually work. Because one problem that happened is this here, where nothing nothing is in the research tree. So I need to figure out what caused these. And get the CCAN going for the mod management. So this career mode is a bust. I'm not going to continue it. It's dead. But I didn't get very far, so not a big loss. I will be restarting once I've figured out all the mods. So that does it for tonight. Thank you all for coming. Thanks for the any of the subs and follows that I might have missed. And yeah, you have a good night. See you next time. Bye-bye.